Hello, friends. Hope everyone's feeling okay. Today we've got a pair of Russell Moccasin boots. These are vintage Russell Moccasin, and I couldn't tell you if these are the Cavalier or the Zephyr or something else. But just to give you an idea, look how beautiful that tag is right off the bat. I think I did one of my first videos here was my pair of Russell Moccasins, and and I forgot to show the tag, and the tag is so cool and also helps date it. But these, if I had to guess, are from I'd say early 2000s, because leather's in wonderful shape. These are vintage. They've got a cemented construction, I think. But you tell me how this works. Look at that really wide shelf. You got the Vibram gun light, so they wouldn't be too old because I don't think Vibram was doing the actual like branded gun light all that long. So these might be from like 2010, if I had to guess, or something like that. But yeah, these are. I think they're the Cavalier. They're more the Cavalier than the Zephyr, I think. But they've got the double vamp construction. Beautiful, very thick, very thick and hardy chocolatey leather. Because these are unlined, but they feel super thick. They do have some pull up, and they're pretty wild looking. I have like a super soft spot for just traditional kind of hunting style moccasin boots, whether they're the vintage GH Bass or Field and Stream or Quaddies, or obviously Russell. Russell's been doing it for a long time. You also have the Browning; those are big. Vintage Irish setters are so cool. The Red Wings. The Filson Upland boots, he did that for a while. They sort of caught the tail end of that and didn't even make them anymore. I've got a pair. But there's just something about the outdoorsman's moccasin. There's a fine quality to them. There's a refined quality as well to them. It feels like, for the sophisticated outdoorsman that's a conservationist and takes real good care of their rifles. I don't know. It's obviously a romanticization, versus like just the new like synthetic hunting boots that are very cool and very comfy. And I've been looking at a pair of Loas, considering for a very rare spring hunt. But okay, back to these boots though. What's going on here? Where's the welt? Now there is no welt, right? I think the way these are is just like we're gonna build them like traditional moccasins and these have double layer leather on the bottom plus some kind of leather insole, and we'll just glue them onto the sole. And when that sole wears out, you pull it off and throw in a new one, right? I guess like it doesn't need a welt. I'm not sure. I'm no expert, but all the new ones do have welts, right? All the new version of this is the Zephyr, and that's got a really nice, beautiful leather welt. But yeah, interesting to see how leather creases and ages. Of course, they use this for this part. I would have switched these because that's the inner part of the boot, but maybe they couldn't, but they should have. But yeah, look at that. Why is the uglier clicking on the outside? But that's okay. Let's see if they're 242.22 is the numbers in there. 242.22. I doubt that means they're from 2022. Are they? Could that be that recent? What a beautiful tag. Super sick and thick leather. YKK zippers. Wonderful construction. Look at that, keeping all the moisture out while still having a zipper boot. So super comfy. I feel like I would enjoy a pair of boots like this. I would enjoy a pair of boots like this quite a bit. These aren't my perfect size. They kind of fit me, but I'll probably give them to a friend or sell them. But they're in beautiful condition. I should have emailed Russell before this. But just to find out. But look at that adorable little counter. Doesn't that look like a little mini? Look at that mini counter. Looks like a tiny like White's boots or something. But there's the hole from the lasting. Very cool. Really nice stitch work. Really great hardware. Yeah, these don't feel like they don't feel that old. my Russells are from the 80s, and they just feel different. The leather just feels different. But yeah, that construction is really interesting. It has a look. It certainly has a look. It's very cool, very different. You're not going to say, oh, these are garbage boots. They're cement construction, but they are cement construction, which is pretty wild. Let's check out the other much better clicking on this one. But then you got, well, maybe not so much as there. Oops, sorry, focus. But very, very cool. This is just, I love this. Pardon me. I love the detail of these kind of triple stitch, and then it gets eaten by this lip, by this moccasin. Yeah, a lot of just over layering and overlapping pieces of leather, and of course this entire vamp is overlayered and just yeah, double vamp construction. So just super cool. A lot of, and of course the buckle, and just, I mean, look at all this, right? You've got three, and that goes in, keeps going. Then you have that, and then that. So there's a lot that's quite busy, but really, I mean, that takes a lot of skill to maneuver all that and make it cohesive and make it come together, and everything will operate. This was a very, very fine boot. Would you skive that down a little bit? I don't know. But these are utilitarian boots. They're made for hunting. They're made for going on safari, getting in the outdoors, and hopefully participating in conservation, wildlife, love of wildlife, and putting money back into the resource. They're great boots. Really, really nice. And I love Wisconsin. I've been there a bunch of times. It's just one of my favorite states. In fact, part of me was like, we should all be moving to Milwaukee. What a great city. Yeah, I just have a soft spot for Wisconsin, and Russell's been getting a lot of love. Goki boots are also really, really cool, and I would love to get a pair. I know they're not built as wildly, as crazy as Russell's. They don't have that crazy double vamp stuff going on, but they're still a really, really nice traditional moccasin boot. They're a little bit more affordable than Russell. But anyway, there you go. There's these Russell Cavalier Zephyrs. I don't know what they are, but they're really, really beautiful. And yeah, they just look great. What a nice pair of boots. What a good boot. That's a great boot. Yeah, and the dark chocolate doesn't really come out as well as I wish, but there's a really rich, chocolatey, beautiful leather that I imagine is from either SB Foot or Seidel. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day.